Today, I'm going to walk you through how you can take your scrap yarn and make these really cool scrunchies. All three of these scrunchies were made the same manner. They were just using some different stitches. This one here that is teal, this was a rectangle that was made with stockinette stitch. So that is that stitch where you get those V's. It kind of looks like that sweater look. This here, the V's are on the outside, and on the inside are all the ridges, those garter ridges. So this particular one was with stockinette, and remember that's where you knit a row, then you purl a row, knit a row, and purl a row, so all your ridges are on one side and the other side is flat. The second one that I made here, this was just regular garter stitch, knitting every single row. You can see the space in between because of it being that garter stitch. And then the last one here, this one is called seed stitch. And this is where you alternate a knit stitch, then a purl stitch, knit stitch, purl stitch. And then on the back side, you do the reverse of those stitches. All three of them are made similar, just using those different stitches. In order to get the starter for your scrunchie, you're going to knit a very long, skinny rectangle. For mine, I cast it on about 80 stitches, and I knit for approximately 20 rows or so. Now, your rectangle can vary in size. It is just going to impact the look of your scrunchie. So if you make a shorter rectangle this size, you won't have as many of these like poofy little parts to your scrunchie. If you make it shorter this way, your scrunchie will not be as thick this way around your hair tie. So it is really up to you in terms of what size rectangle you want to make. Again, for all of these here, I used approximately 80 stitches for about 20 rows. And you can see, I'll kind of put them on my wrist so you can kind of see how they would look. I know a lot of people like to wear them on their wrists like such. And all of these here were just made with some scrap yarn. So what I'm going to do, on the next part of this video, I will show you how to take your rectangle and stitch it around the hair tie in order to get your finished scrunchie. All of these are seamed the exact same way, so I'm just going to show you on one of them. I believe it is this yellow one that is in seed stitch. I will show you how you get this edge here, but they all have that same edge to it, and it's all done the exact same way. So even though I'm only showing you on one, you can apply that to any of the stitches for your rectangle. So I do want to explain this a little better here for you. You can see here I have an outside loop and an inside loop. And it's a little harder to see over here, but you can still see there's an inside loop and an outside loop right here. When I do this, I am constantly using my inside loop and my inside loop. And I'm always going from the same direction. So I'm always using this string here closest to me to the one on the outside. So again, here's the outside and here's the inside. Here's the inside and here's the outside. So I'm going in the inside and through to the other inside across the way, and then I'm pulling it up tight. And I am doing this for every single stitch along the way. That will give me a nice closed seam along these areas. Okay, I'll walk you through it once more. Here's outside, here's inside, here's inside, here's inside, here's outside. So I'm going inside, inside, and then I pull it through. And you'll see that that is creating a nice seamed edge here with no gaps. So I'll keep going, and then I will come back as I get close to the end to show you how to finish. Okay, so now I'm back to just my last few stitches here. Now I was fortunate enough that I saved my cast on tail, and I left a really long bind off tail that I was able to use both of those for my seaming here, and I did not have to add any extra yarn to do the seaming parts. And so here I am back at the beginning. I think I'm gonna do one more little closure right here. And then, like I said, because I still have these two tails and I haven't woven them in, I am gonna do a quick knot with those two strings. And then what you can do with your tails here, I like to just hide them. So I am going to insert them into the inside here, and then I am just going to push it out a little further away, and then I can clip that one off. And I'm going to do the same thing with my other tail, but I'm going to go the other direction with it. So this time I will shove it in here, and I'm just going to go down a little ways, poke it through, and then I can cut both of those little tails off. Just do not cut your scrunchie as you're cutting your tails. And there you have it. There is your scrunchie that you just made. Fits beautifully on your wrist, just for you. Enjoy it. Now that you have seen how to stitch up this awesome seed stitch scrunchie, you can set forth and make your own scrunchies, be a designer, pick your stitches, make them fun, do some ribbing, do stockinette, garter, seed. Be unique, make it your own, be creative. That's the great thing about being a knitter, is you're also an artist. So use up some of that scrap yarn and enjoy.